his background, he's have the wine tasting tour agency, which now expanding to be a wine tasting club. So we have more elements to that. But he's also a single dad, but not by choice. He got a lovely wife which passed away 3 years ago. So he give us opportunity to come on board because I always mourn to him. And sometimes because we are single mom, right? We've been through a lot. And when we come out from the other end, sometimes we think we don't need a man. And we can do a lot of things ourselves. We become way sure of ourselves, become way self-reliant. And sometimes because of we get used to do things by our own, we have less patience. And whoever that's not, click with how you think or not follow you, you like, that's it, talk to the hand. I don't have time for this.
So true.
Yeah, and then when we together, we always mourn, right? Why can't I find a man? Why can't I find someone who loves me? What happened here? Every time I go dating, why no one around? I think they probably send the energy. So I just want him to come and give us a little reflection. I don't know about you, but sometimes when people say something, my ego quite high. So when people say something to me, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't agree with it. I want you to be aware, because not every time people say something you like it or you agree with it. But I want you to be aware of your own mind, what's coming up, whether it's right or wrong. It's nice to be aware of your own thought. And then later on, you have time to digest and thinking, that makes sense. Or you just talk BS anyway. Yeah, so it's quite good. It's quite good to have a feedback. So
hello everybody. So thank you for the introduction, and I have already understood Francesca is in a relationship. And who of you would like to be in a relationship?
Question mark. See?
No.
Oh, that's a blockage.
So
Hang on, let me jump in. I think we all don't have time.
Change my one.
But for me, I don't have time either. But if I find someone that really loves me and support me and not get in the way, I will make time for that.
yeah, we will come to that in that. But so if the ideal situation would be, who would love to be in a relationship?
Oh, that's yeah.
Actually, as I'm traveling many times a year with couples and singles to the most lovely places in the world and enjoying good food, enjoying good wine, enjoying good culture, I always have then, and seeing there are some people coming as singles and going as couples. And then I look, there are others, they're coming as singles and going as singles. And what do they do differently? So you all know the sentence, it's not about what you know, but who you know. And that is only half of the truth. It is more important who you know and how you behave to this person. So, and then you have the whole truth. So these people who goes back as a single mostly are people who you could define as an ice cream. And now the question is, so exactly. And when I prepared it, I had a list which was so long, and then I said, then I have to speak only about the criteria. That's too long. So I made it shorter to give you an understanding what is the definition of an ice cream. And the ice cream is a woman who is thinking that she is the center of the universe.
Yeah.
So, and she thinks that everybody has to go around her. And she is all...
No, they're not like that. No, they're not. Nice.
Yeah, so one thing is also, not everybody is different. So the criteria does not mean that one person has to fulfill all these criteria. So in case you identify some of the criteria for yourself, then you have something good you can write down and work on it in the future. So it does not mean that you are bound to all of these criteria. So the next one would be, for instance, thinking of her doing every time well. And nobody is doing every time well, but the ice queen is so convinced that she is doing well.
Perfectionist.
So, the ice queen also has a high ego. some people are laughing, so maybe you're right.
I'm thinking about taking my ice cream from
Yeah.
home and putting him outside.
But it's not only the ego. Sometimes, if some people speak to the ice queen, they're very offensive, and they are even proud of being offensive. Sometimes yes, sometimes yes.
Yeah, it's not cool.
And ice queen normally in the conversation also a little bit is tense, so don't come too near to me. I have my private zone, and please do not enter in this. And what I noticed also when I'm on the travel, these ice queens, if a really nice man was talking to her, she was not listening. She was centered about herself and was not taking questions, was just talking about her own stuff. So, and when even there was a conversation, then the ice queen mostly wanted to be right. So, even if she wasn't right, she was convinced to be right. So, sometimes ice queens are also very quick to judge. So, instead of asking more questions to understanding the situation, quite straight. And sometimes disqualify other people. She is also, in case the topic is not really interesting to her, she is very quick to disconnect from the situation. And
Story of my life.
so, and and also the ice queen sometimes pretend not to take care about other people's opinion. So her opinion is the right. And such means the ice queen very often builds up a very high wall, and maybe she wants to protect herself, but the other thing is that nobody can go into her circle. So that is a little bit what I would make the definition of the ice queen.
Okay, so what's wrong with that?
Yeah, so what's wrong with that? And what are the consequences of that? That is even more important. And one of the consequences is if you're an ice queen and you're behaving like that, you burn out.
Yes.
It is because you have to have so much energy to put into your system, you burn out. You feel, when you are at home, when the situations are over, or even in the situation, you feel emotional unstable. You do not show it to the other, but you feel inside yourself you are emotional unstable. So, and that also means you feel lonely. Mostly you feel lonely because you have not really interaction, you have not really fun. And that means you are stressed, you sometimes have back pain or other diseases. So your behavior also leads sometimes to illness. Could be also that you get depressed because you are not really having friends. And sometimes even people show you that they are not happy with such kind of behavior and they would go away, or they put you off and show you that they do not like what you're doing, how you're behaving. So, and it could be that in case of ice cream you have very few friends because you do not allow many people to go into your circle. And this means also you have problems, or you can in case of a problem, you're not really looking for a solution. So you stay with your problem, and other people cannot really help you because you do not let the people into your circle. So, and that is also, as I see that in my travels, these people are missing the chance to know people better, to go closer to them, or even make a new friend or a new partner. So
the next question is...
First, one thing is still... one thing still is important. So even if the ice cream is pretending not to be affected by all, in her heart she is really hurt. True. And so that means for the ice cream it is nearly impossible to find a new partner because of this behavior. Men feel scared. So that is what the consequences, what is the bad thing about our ice cream.
Okay, so if I'm melting my ice down a little, what would be the benefit?
Or even a little bit more.
A little bit. That's a big push.
Yeah. The first benefit is you become more attractive to the people around you. And it could be that you attract also then the right people for you.
That's good.
So, and by lowering the wall, and then one thing also is important, loving yourself. You can then react to the failures, to the mistakes of others, much more relaxed. You do not have to be in the position to be always right. So, and then you will notice something, the people around you, the number of people around you will increase. The people who are loving you, who will supporting you, who will also take care about you. This number of people will increase. And then, if you let the love in, so you feel also more secure. Because you know that you have your inner freedom, and then you can also your more self-esteem, and you can show it, and you are not dependent on such a distance wall. So, and if you are, and then you will also understand that people are interested in you when you are interested in other people. So that is like a mirror. If you are shouting in the forest, the forest shouts back. Or if you shouting into the mountain shouting back. You call it echo. So, and that is the same in life. So you will then understand that the world is not only black and white. You have 50 shades of grey. Grade of. So your life becomes more interesting. And the good thing is, you let the people discover the real you. And and you are not pretending and blocking. So, and hopefully then you will also find a man accepting you as you are and not having to accept you as you pretend to be. So that is a very important benefit. So for men, ice queens are often too complicated, and so in case you are able to lower this wall, then you feel less stressful, not too much exhausted, and men are also looking for women who are romantic.
What does it mean?
So, in case you're not lowering your wall, then the man feels scared.
Yep.
So, and that means you will never find a good partner.
That's quite common, isn't it? I find people find me quite intimidating. I don't know why, but you probably got all the answers.
Yeah.
It's not the point of
I don't think he's got that. He's got it.
So,
Okay, it's good. But sometimes when you become ice queen and you live in Antarctica and you just stay in that status for quite some time, even though I know that there's a benefit and I'm looking for love, I want someone who actually loves me. How? How am I going to lose that status? How am I going to lose my thought not to be ice queen?
that is a very important question. And the best thing is you can start by showing real interest in others. That is very important. And then you have to make an active decision. And this active decision is actually that you make the decision from now on, I'm not anymore the center of the world, I am from now on part of the world. And that is a whole secret. It's one thing more, and giving and investing time to discover other people. So in case you showing interest, it's step one. But in case you discover then the other people, you have to invest even more time. And then it is like giving and taking. So, and when the right man is there, he will respond also the right way to you. So, and then it is good interaction. And two more important things. One thing is that you have 8 billion people on the world, on the planet, and everybody has his own opinion. So, and this opinion does not necessarily mean your opinion. And if you find something interesting, then accept that this person has his own opinion. Don't crash on him, don't throw bananas on him, don't... Yeah, but accept that this individual has his own opinion about the world, and then try to share what you can share and let the other things as they are. So, and then the most important thing, if you want to get into a new romance, then be romantic.
That's another seminar, huh?
Yeah. So I don't know if these reflections can help you, but I have so many people on my trips, and I could write a book about such ice queen. So such ice queens.
Write it.
Yeah. Write the book.
Very interesting.
Write the book.
And I could also write a book about the non-ice queens. I don't know how you call them, but they have found some super cool, rich men during the trips, and they are couples now, and
You might come on that one.
so they have even got into a better position than they
We're happy to do that.
So, I hope it helped you a little bit, and that you can work on that points which are important for you. Thank you very much.
Any feedback, anything?
I think that is a fabulous advert for your trips, because
Oh, yes,
that's a
I
good
like
idea. So think about that when you're promoting your trips. I don't know if you have to do that or not, but just what you've said there, you've given us so much information about how we can do things better to get the kind of life that we want, to get the land that we want, and then you're also offering us an opportunity to find them as well.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. I love your package.
So your business is the coaching or the trips, or is it both the same?
90% of my time is that I'm going with people to very lovely regions in the world, and so we're having a good time together. And as I'm a wine expert, I can choose good wines, and sometimes I have even clients who are not drinking wines, because professional wine tasting does not necessarily mean that you have to drink the wine, but you want to learn about the culture, you want to learn about the wine itself, you want to learn how the wine smells and tastes, and then you spit it away. So, so I just wanted to say I have also some people in my trips who are not drinking wine. Most people
Oh no, she
are
got
drinking.
to drink it, she got to see it.
Yeah, most people are drinking
I
wine,
don't drink wine.
and some people are not drinking
Oh,
wine. And I also ask them, yeah, why are you coming to my trips if you're not drinking a drop of wine? And they say because of the atmosphere in the trip. That is the secret, yeah. So.
Well, a bit of both.
You've got these two started.
I think that was really interesting because some people are not really even aware they're throwing that out there.
Yeah.
So sometimes when they hear something like that, you're thinking, oh, then you probably see a little bit of something there, and maybe I'll stop doing that.
And also,
So I think that was really.
and the awareness of who you tend to attract.
Exactly.
Yeah. And most of my trips are related to the
Yeah,
world
they
of
make you
wine,
aware, like
and some are also related to sports yoga wine. So, but always sports so yoga and sports and wine, but
Oh.
sports on a moderate level. So not on a very like walking, like.
That sounds amazing. So yeah, we'll have to give you some information on that. I am interested in that.
And also, I happen to go to his events a few times, and I find what we have in common is everywhere in the world I go, I always meet single mom and single dad. It's very universal. You know?
Yes.
So what I'm thinking that in the future, when we build up, become more established, we can hook, because I want another part of events, we have education events like this, and we have play date for children, and also we have family gathering that we can go picnic or have a quick holiday together. So we could go into one of his trips.
I think that's really important because sometimes it's, you know, some people say that their trips are so interesting because it gets you to come out and be adventurous.
Yes.
So you do silly things that you've never done before because you're in that group. It gives you more courage to say, okay, I'm going to follow this. Because it could be sometimes you could find the shyest person, but inside they're really adventurous.
Yes.
So when they're in a group like that, they're thinking, yes, let me try. Because no one's really looking at. Some people always think of what someone else is perceiving of them. But if you forget that and let yourself be the person that you are, and give yourself that little 5 minutes of enjoying yourself and being the true you, so that is really ideal.
And also it's a concept, it's the main concept of being part of the community, isn't it? We just come out. You know, we forget all that now. Everything is on mobile phone, on the Tinder, on whatever. It's just nothing personal anymore.
And you can be a child again. You know, be a child again. When you allow yourself to play as a child, you'll be surprised for that minute. Did I do that?
Yeah.
Because you're not focusing on looking left and right who's watching you. Because, you know, you're just playing.
Yes.
And then for the rest of you, for that day on, you start changing because you're finding yourself again. And I think that's a really nice journey. I like that. That was really interesting.
Yeah. And also, I think it's a good timing.
Yes.
Now we are single parents, we are in control.
Yes.
Whatever you think you be missed out while you in relationship, here's the time.
Yeah.
I find that since I become single, I travel a lot and I do a lot of things that I don't have that responsibility to be on, be other people, be half or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
Isn't it? You have freedom, once you get the kid in place, someone look after them, off you go, do whatever you want.
Yeah, it is true. And when you're meeting other people, it allows you thinking, yes, you can be. Because sometimes you do forget about yourself, and then you put that barrier because you are no longer important.
Definitely.
By going on that trip, you believe, yes, I am important again.
Yes.
And it makes sure you go away and you thinking, oh yeah, I've got so much things to put in order.
And
So,
also,
yes, that's really
one thing what I will do next year, first time, this year, I don't know if you know Unstoppable Tracy. This is a woman, she has no legs, she has no arms, so she has one arm, but the other one is also short, and she has one finger. So, however, this woman is doing amazing.
Yeah, she won the Paralympic,
Wow.
and she do solo sailing.
So in
Wow.
sailing, in skiing,
No arm,
And,
no leg, she's solo sailing across the ocean.
Wow.
I met this woman this year, first time in America, in Florida actually. She's Canadian. And when I told her, yeah, I'm doing this kind of wine trips, she asked me, what is the next trip? Yeah, I said, we are in summer, we are going to Champagne. Her eyes began to sparkle and she said, that is a dream from my whole life. I wanted to be in Champagne and then come with me. And she came with me and it was so great. And she was also inspiring this group because everything what she was doing was so great, and we had good interaction, and so the chemistry was good. So we decided to make next year one trip in Veneto, which is in Italy, and she will do actually 4 life lessons.
Oh wow.
So and she had, you can say, either everything to lose or nothing to lose. And she decided nothing to lose, to make the best out of her life.
That's right.
And she will make 4 lessons and inspire the people. We will have a great 5-star plus resort. We will have good wines, good food, and also great people from all over the world. So that might be also a good chance for you to think about it.
How can we find out about that? Is there a website?
You, at that moment, still interaction with me,
Okay.
but it will be on the website in a few weeks. At that moment, I'm building up a new website, so the existing one is absolutely not nothing. But
So just have to keep changing.
So in
isn't
the
it?
next one, which will launch in a few weeks, then everything will be online.
And Armin is also our member in Single Parents Hub.
Oh really?
Yeah. So you can post, your trip, upcoming trip to
Yeah,
anytime.
that's good.
Okay.
Okay,
Excellent.
thank you very much.
Thank you. So we have a great time. Any question you want to ask? Any expert? Okay.
Yeah.
At that moment, there
Yes.
are adult trips, yes. However, if there are enough people, we can think about a trip where we have then somebody who will
we
take
can-
care
we can
about
have
the children. So,
That would be great, isn't it? Get together and then get someone to look after the children.
but at that moment, this is the future music. However, if there are 10 people saying we want to have something together with our children, I will take care about it.
Brilliant.
I like that. Yeah, because there's so much adventures that you can go on. Do things I used to, because I was born in the Caribbean, and I'm really passionate about what you said. It's something I always wanted to do. take people like us to go with the basket and do the crayfish catching in the streams, climb the mountains, climb a tree, do something that you know, go back into that place where you was as a child and find yourself so you could leave and become a better person. Because sometimes we tend to forget about yourself because it's all about the children and there's no time for you. So that really helps you to go on that venture and leave there a better person.